Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Mochen Le'Ra Online Smicha. As we are approaching the tail end of the Yontif of Sukkot, and it is the tail end because it's the night of Hoshana Rabbah. It's now like 2 in the morning here. We just finished saying Tillim, and just an interesting observation. I just finished saying Tillim in a place that the Chazan is known to have a very, very fast Havara, and his minyan every single day is very fast. So you could just only imagine when the Tillim on Hoshana Rabbah, the minig is Ein Marichin B'Amirasei, how fast the Tillim was said, and why it is that way, and why does the minig say B'Chagiras Avneit, as if you might think different. That's for the Yodei Dover to Kochzich. But anyways, we're at the tail end of the Yontif of Sukkot. Tomorrow is Hoshana Rabbah, and right after that is Shmini Atzeres. Chazal say a very interesting statement about Shmini Atzeres, that it's a regel b'fnei atzmai. And I heard a Chassidish pshat that Shmini Atzeres is a yontif, a regel that you could really work on the b'fnei atzmai. You could really work on yourself. You could accomplish great things on yourself on the one day of Shmini Atzeres. Anyways, we're not up to there yet. We're up to that Hoshana Rabbah, which is the Ne'ilah, which is the final day of Sukkot. And I actually use the word final because there's the minhag is that tomorrow when you say the Hallel, or according to some other minhagim, before you do the Hakafa with the Ravis, that's when you take off the 2 rings that are on the lulav. And there are 2 reasons given for this, or a few reasons. One reason is the reason of the Bach. The Bach says, since the Na'anuyim of the lulav is to shake away all klippas and all bad negative things, so because we are at the tail end, we are the last day, we take off those rings to let it shake stronger and better and get rid of all nonsense, all ruchas rois. The Aruch HaShulchan gives another reason, because then the Na'anuyim are nicer for Hallel. It's a greater simcha. But either way, it shows that there's a special tefillah, special things that are happening on Hoshana Rabbah. And the derech hatzachus, the Lubavitch and Minig, it says in Sefer Minhagim that our Minig is not to say a good kvittel. I mean, we wish good yontiv, whatever, for el yontiv, but we haven't. It's not our minhag to say a good kvittel. But yet, there are people who like to use that phrase, so they say, "Oh, a good kvittel." That's not our minhag to say. I found it funny, but I read lately that there is a discussion in halacha between the Alter Rebbe and Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Mibeditchev. What was the nusach habracha of al hamichya? Well, how do you finish off when you say the al hamichya? According to the Alter Rebbe, you finish off Baruch Hashem al haaretz v'al hamichya. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Mibeditchev held you should say al haaretz v'al hamichya v'al hakalkala, the way you started the bracha. So I read somewhere that the Hasidim from who really wanted, who also held of Rabbi Levi Yitzchak's shita, when they would say al hamichya, they would say Baruch Hashem al haaretz v'al hamichya v'al hakakala. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Mibeditchev zok das medaf sagen. So they tried to. It sounds the same thing as those who want to say a good kvittel. Say a good kvittel ein minageinu lemer. Anyway, that's a derech hatzachos. Bottom line is, this is the stretch run where you could accomplish great things. The main theme of this Yom Tiv is Man Simchasenu. I kept on saying again and again that the stafka when you're sitting in the sukkah is when you identify yourself to have the greatest simcha, because you're showing yourself, you're totally surrounded with the Eibishter kedusha. You're showing yourself, you're exuberating a feeling that I know I'm in the hands of Hashem, and when you show that feeling, there's no greater simcha. Chassidus Svarim, it says, did you realize that when is the 2 times that you shake the lulav in the Hallel, the Na'anuyim? It's actually very interesting. You shake it one time when you say the Haidel Hashem Ki Tov, and the next time you use it by Ana Hashem Mashiach. If you think about it, they're complete opposites. Hoidel Hashem ki tov means everything is good, thank God. Ona Hashem Ashiano is you're asking for help. That's exactly what's being done. The na'anuim, the identification that you're connecting yourself with Hashem is Hashem in under any circumstance. Whether it's Hoidel Hashem ki tov or Ana Hashem Ashiano, I'm yours, and that makes the person happy because he knows that you're in the hands of Hashem. Now this year, we're not really going to have too much time to speak about Parshas Berashit because it goes into from Thursday, Friday, straight into Shabbos. So Parshas Berashit will sort of be gobbled up. But this theme is actually in the Chassidish Sfarim, is mentioned even right in the beginning of Chumash Berashit, the first pasuk. Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim v'sa'aretz. So there's a Chassidish taich. Bereshis, right in the beginning of the day. If a person right from the beginning of the day says, bara Elokim es hashamayim v'aretz, I know that the Eibishter created the world, the heaven and earth. If a person right in the beginning, as he starts his day, says, I know it's the Eibishter that's in control, he created heaven and earth, then v'aretz haisa soy v'voyu. Then all matters of artius, all matters of gashmius, is all null and void to him. In other words, he won't get depressed or overtaken by whatever problems he may seem to have in gashmius, because when he starts off with this mindset that bara elikim as hashmayim v'zaretz, automatically haaretz haisa tohu v'voyu, physical matters, financial matters are all come and go. So you know that the Eibishter is taking care of it. I would like to point out one more thing. And this is, the Gemara says that in Chumash Berashis, the Torah begins with Gemach, Gemilas Chasadim, speaks about how the Eibishter gave clothing to Avram, to Adam and Chava. And at the end of the Chumash, talks about Gemilas Chasadim also, where it talks about Moshe Rabbeinu being buried. So it's all about being kind and generous. So Torah is all about Gemilas Chesed. I actually want to add one more thing. If you look in Rashi, the first Sifsei Chachamim on Chumash quotes the Rashi, the famous Rashi, where Rashi begins, Amar Rab Yitzchak, Lehoya Tzarech Lahaschos HaTorah, only from a Chodesh Hazeh Lachem. The Torah should have begun with the mitzvahs, which is mentioned in Parshas Bo, the mitzvah of Rosh Chodesh. Up to there, it's all about history. Why is the Torah telling us all the history? And Rashi gives his famous explanation. But Rashi quotes this discussion from Amar Rab Yitzchak, in the name of Rab Yitzchak. And the question is why, if you look in the source in the Midrashim, most of the Midrashim do not have it in the name of Rab Yitzchak. Why did Rashi insist to use this nusach? So the Sifsei Chachamim says a fascinating thing, and even he questions it, but he says he heard people saying that Rashi's father, Rashi, the author of this pshat now, his father wasn't known to be a great Talmid Chacham, but he wanted to bring his father's name and be quoted as a Dvar Torah, so he asked his father this question, so the father should say, and he quotes, so Rashi should be able to begin his phenomenal pirush on the whole Chumash with his father's name, as a sign of Kibbud Av Ha'im, a sign of Kibbud Av. Kibbud Av meaning showing respect and honor for his father. So his father should be noticed and mentioned, and being honored, he starts by asking. He says he asked his father this question, and this is the response. So Rashi felt as a state of Kibbud Av Ha'im, Kibbud Av, that he wants to start his pirush with quoting his father. I think this is a phenomenal lesson, and of course, the Chazal tell us that Gemilas Chasadim is the theme of the Torah, Shalom is the theme of the Torah, but this is also the lesson on Kibbud Av Ha'im.